Okay, we're recording now. All right. The notion here is I'm going to send you this list. You're going to look at this PowerPoint.
Okay.
Hopefully okay, let me go back to share screen. And what you're going to do is for each one of these, you're going to look at what competencies that satisfies. So if they ask you these questions and you give them the answers and they say to you, well, what competency is that? If that's what you're afraid of, you can link them to the competencies yourself. But these are the correct answers based on the competencies. Focus on issues, avoiding personal conflict. That's conflict management. Striving to be impartial and fair with judgment. Again, that's judgment. Empathetic yet fair, courteous, respectful, willing to listen, responsiveness, responds to issues in a timely manner, positive approach, open to change and new ideas, change management. That's all of the answers to this question would include these types of answers, and they hit that many competencies. You should set and take this thing, kind of link these things. And so you need to kind of memorize the answers, but also the competency should be clear to you. But again, assessment driven.
Well, there's just, and it is, it's just there's overlap.
There is. And they're supposed to be. They're not supposed to be just single things. They're supposed to be integrated. Assessment-driven instruction. We often hear that assessment drives instruction. How would you help a new teacher begin to understand the use of data available in schools and make sound instructional decisions? And here's the answer to that question. You teach them data analysis, development of teaching strategies based on the needs of students and willing to plan collaboratively. That's PLC work.
Yeah.
Which of the competencies does those hit? I mean, I have the most likely questions you're going to be asked. In each one of them, I have the appropriate answers that are linked back to competencies.
It's very helpful.
Scenarios. A seasoned teacher comes to you upset by the progress of her class. She blames the children for their performance and is frustrated by their lack of effort. What would you say to her? Here we go. There you go. Teaching and learning, your role says if you are setting up a school to succeed with academics, what factors must be considered in the organization of staff and resources? There you go. All the other questions you're going to be asked are going to be kind of yes, no, and you're going to understand. These are the tough ones.
Mm-hmm.
In the real interview and these are the appropriate answers linked back to competencies. High expectations. How would you communicate and promote high expectation levels for staff and student performance? There you go.
Yep, vision and mission. That's what I would have said.
That's it. These are things you know. How would you conflict management? How would you address conflict among staff? Skills and listen, work through issues, know when to establish limits, get them together. We had a collaborative partners group on our campus 2 weeks ago, and the superintendent said, the 3 things you really need to work on with your students in a face-to-face setting now that you're online only, and have them to work on communication skills, change management, and conflict management face-to-face. Change management is when you try to get teachers to quit doing the things they used to do and do the things you need for them to do. And conflict management is, between staff, between parents and staff, between you and staff, those kinds of things. Safe and orderly environment. Discipline is often delegated primarily to the AP, which we all know that's true. How would you ensure? Plan for monitoring assignments for proper supervision, evaluating, making modifications when needed, assisting with crisis procedures, ability to deal with a crisis effectively, knowledge and procedures to address student behavior and appropriate response. That's what I've been doing in 603 with my students.
I think what's been so difficult is because I have a lot of the knowledge from the coursework, but the internship for me specifically has not provided many opportunities for me to demonstrate the leadership skills and qualities. So that's why it's so hard for me to articulate these things because I've not been able to
You have the
demonstrate.
clinical experiences, and that's one of the things that, every week, just like I just got through the class, every week in 603, I have them. Well, I'll show you, but here it is. And so teamwork, look fors, these are all the big ticket items. You shouldn't have anything that they ask you that's not on this list. But also, if we go back, I'll show you what I have my 603s do, just in case that they're not getting the clinical experiences that they need. Now, remember, this is law and finance. Well, you had the course, you know what I'm talking about. But I'll show you what I have mine do. We don't do any just wasting time kind of assignments. Locate copies of you see my screen? Locate copies of your emergency crisis plan. How long did it take you and your administrator to find them? According to what you read, is your plan appropriate? Examine the school district field trip policy. Give them a scenario. Reflect on financial liability. Observe the student due process in a school. And see, my students take these to their site supervisor and say, I got to do this for my class. I mean, I can't not do this. And this really helps the ones that are in situations like yours where they aren't getting much of clinical experience. I write it into my class. They have to do these things. Interview an assistant principal or other school disciplinarian. Examine the school district policy on cyberbullying. We covered cyberbullying tonight. Attend an IEP meeting. Interview the chair of your school's intervention team. Interview an administrator concerning human resources practices. Interview an administrator about services such as employee assistance, compensation plans, benefits. Conduct the facilities walkthrough using an assessment inventory that I created when I was in Charlotte. Interview an administrator about fundraising. List the 5 most important steps in the school-based budgeting process. Locate a copy of your school budget. And then examine the policy on harassment. I have mine do things so that they'll get some of these experiences. Now, this isn't broad. This is just law and finance, as you can see. But I do this in every course that I teach to make sure that my folks get an adequate clinical experience, even if they're not getting one.
Dale, that does not help me.
I type
not in your classes.
But you need to tell them that you got me for class, and that's why I've given you these assignments to do. But this is not about what a great teacher I am. This is about you got to find a way to get some of these experiences. I mean,
because I am going to do the other 2 classes after this to convert over to the master's. So technically speaking, I'll have all the state required internship hours come December.
Good.
But I would like to keep going with things like that so that, I have everything. Like I have some experience per se.
You need, again, as great a teacher as I am, I understand that students don't learn a lot from me. They learn from their experiences. That's why I'm so heavily involved in clinical experiences. That's why I'm in charge of clinical experiences for Gardner Webb, because I really truly believe that that's how you learn. I'd like to think that you learn a lot from me in class, but I'm not naive enough to believe that. But I make my students go out, if they're not getting these experiences through their regular clinical experiences, their 80 hours, I make them do it in my classes. You just saw, I don't have any busy work projects for them to do.
Right.
I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I never did that as a principal. Why would I have you do that if I'm training you to be a principal? These are the kinds of things you need to know and do. Now, obviously, this is just for law and finance, but I have a set of these for every course in our curriculum, where you actually have to go out and do things as a student, and you can show your people I've got to do this stuff. This is for my class grade. I have to do this. They can kind of put you off on your internship, but when it's about, I got to do this for my class grade, that seems to make a difference. I learned that years ago. So that's why I scrapped all that busy work stuff and started putting real life clinical experience things into my coursework so that students would get, would have an entree to get these experiences. So.
Dale, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Hello. The kids were calling.
So, I'm going to send you, you've got a list of the competencies, but I'm going to send you that PowerPoint. I'm going to send you some other things for you to look at in interviewing. And, I've got several different documents I'm going to send you that you need to look at to help prepare you for interviews. And after you read those documents and go through these PowerPoints, and your homework assignment is to link that PowerPoint, those bullets that I've got, things that you should say, to competencies. Then we're going to come back on, and then you're going to ask me questions, and I'll do a little mock interview with you.
Okay. Will you, you know how you showed me the discussion board? Do you have a list of your discussion board questions for each of the classes?
I do.
Can you send that to me? Because I'd like to start integrating that in while I'm at school.
Yes, I can do that. I will send you those. I will send you a copy of those along with these things. All right. And I'll send you this video, 18 minutes long. I'll send you this video, but yeah, I'll send you all these materials, and I'll send you my discussion boards, things that from every course that I think are important for you to get out and do.
Perfect. Thanks, Dale.
I will. All right.
Thanks. Go shower and go to bed.
Pardon?
I say go shower and go to bed.
It's early. Yeah, it's only 9:18 Eastern Standard Time. I got 4 more hours to work before bedtime. I've still got, what's my screen say? I've got 13 more things to grade, and my Blackboard has come in this afternoon. I hadn't even gotten to TaskStream yet.
Oh my goodness, no, I would be dead at 9 o'clock, but I get up at 3:30 every morning.
I don't get up at 3. I get up at 4:30.
I don't know how you do it. You're getting like no sleep.
That's correct. Sleep later. I got work to do. We got folks to get through, get trained, get them through, get them out, and get them a job. It's important.
It is important. I've been looking because I probably won't get an AP job here in Hawaii, but I'm looking for coaching positions and different things at the district level to kind of start experience. We'll see. I'm hoping. And then my site supervisor also said that she'll put some feelers out and see if any school is in need of a temporarily assigned vice principal, which kind of bypasses their whole requirements because they need it. And then I think it's like an 8% raise, so it's not like the full thing. So, but I just want the experience. So
yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Okay. All right.
All right. I'll look for your email.
All right. I'll send them. Have a good evening.
Thanks, Phil. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.